Alright, here's an unscripted video because I'm basically alone in the studio over the holiday season because everyone else is on holidays. That's fine. We're here. We're family. This is great. Here is a bunch of pens on the table, and if you didn't already guess by the display picture and the title, everybody, these are titanium. Not just the name, the actual metal composition. Titanium WACOM tips. I haven't used these yet. That's absolutely insane to me that they made these. We have palm tips, which are the plastic tips. We have felt tips, which are kind of like a little bit of a wearable, not wearable like you wear, but it wears out fabric. And then we have the graphite tips. These are titanium tips. They are actually heavy, they don't bend, and they last forever. But the big question is, can you use them on other devices? Because we've seen this problem with Supernote. Supernote had a great idea to go to ceramic. That's awesome. They forewent plastic and they went over to ceramic. But the downside is that they moved all of the heart of metal and all of the basic stuff over to ceramic as well. And although it works great on things like a Supernote, they can't use on other things. You can hear this drop from a mile away. This is heavy. For a tip, this is heavy. And it's made out of titanium and it doesn't bend. This is so trippy. This is a titanium WACOM tip. So we have some pens here. We have the EREADER pen, the BIGME GALY reader pen, and the Amazon Scribe. Why? Because they all use the exact same pens. Tips, that is. They all use the WACOM tips, and they don't use the Shinonome G2 tips for you e-reader nerds, which are just basically the Onyx conical tips. These guys use the regular old WACOM tips. So we're going to take this out. I hope this works on the regular ones and it's not too strong. Okay. Well, this is a really cool puller too. I've never seen a puller with such R&D behind it. Pullers are usually just this circular ring that you just kind of do your best on. These will fit, apparently. I've never tried it, but they're like guaranteed to fit. There you go. Oh my God. Look, guys. We've just upgraded our Amazon Scribe premium pen to a titanium pen. This is some Iron Man stuff going on right now. But what we have to do is we have to use a junk e-reader as a scapegoat to see how it works on the screen before we use it on something that actually has a WACOM screen, because we don't want to scratch it. Nothing against Topjoy, Reinkstone, the WeWood group, but this is the junkiest e-reader I could think of. Why? Because build quality wise, it's already peeling away at the seams. It has big spots of the screen pulling away, and overall it's not a real product. A handful of people receive their items, sure, but objectively speaking, it's not a real product. You can't just buy one. It's a very few amount of people that actually got theirs, and whether they were satisfied with what happened or not, that's neither here nor there. So we're going to be splashing some light on it like that. We're going to do a couple lines. We're going to do some controls. Not whether it works or not, just for scratch purposes. So we're going to do in the bottom. I'm not going to do in the bottom corner. It's already there. So this is the control with the regular felt graphite tip from WACOM. You can see as I push down, even on the regular WACOM tip, we're already getting some bleeding into the DES screen. So again, that's another problem, but no scratches. No scratches whatsoever on that. Now, this is using, as we have tested, a very similar top coat as a lot of devices like Onyx, a lot of devices like BIGME, etc. So if it scratches on this, likely it's going to scratch on some other things. We're going to go off to the left and try this. This is the titanium one. I'm not pushing really hard. I'm just pushing like I'm coloring something. And you can already see that that's far blacker. But did it leave any actual scratches? It did not. Didn't actually scratch the screen at all. Let's do a little bit of a deeper dive here, just in case. We'll just do this 45-degree angle from the bottom of the L to the bottom corner of the screen. Again, not pushing tremendously hard, just, you know, getting a good idea of what's going on here. So it doesn't seem to scratch at all. There's no scratching. There's no denting in the screen. It doesn't have any divots or anything like that. It seems perfectly, completely impervious. Yep, just regular markings, but no actual scratching in the plastic itself. We have a microfiber cloth off camera here, so we can wipe away any residue, but nope, it doesn't seem to leave any scratches. Now we need to move over to see, now that we know it's safe, if it actually works. By the way, guys, I don't recommend using the titanium pen tips on anything plastic. Fujitsu Quaderno, Alteric Note, Remarkable 1, Lightbook Mimus, MobiScribe, King Jim Freno. Don't do it. So we're going to use a BIGME pen with the regular tips as a control. Works fine. This is how you draw. That's every day at the fair. So that's totally normal. Away we go. Now the titanium tips still installed in the Amazon Kindle Scribe pen. There you go, guys. That's my first time honestly drawing that it actually responds. That is so crazy. Now, gotta talk about writing feel, because in the 3.5 seconds I did when I touched the pen to the paper, quote unquote, I can already tell it's not good. It's not that good, everyone. I'm not going to say it's the best just because it's titanium. The metal composition has nothing to do with the actual writing feel. In fact, it's really slippery now. That's really slippery. And for a control with the fabric-y type tips, it's far more grippy before it slips. Way more grip. But the titanium slips off like ice. You can't get a foothold. So it has to do with the rounded nature. It has to do with the fact that it's a polished piece of a very smooth titanium metal. So you're just not going to get that writing feel. It does kind of feel like, I guess you can say ballpoint pen, but even then, you just lack that resistance. It's so glidey. It's actually the most glidey pen tip I've ever used. Another glidey pen tip would be the Heart of Metal pens, not used on a Supernote because it works really great with the Supernote rubber screen layer. But the Heart of Metal ceramic is actually quite smooth as well. This is actually what it's feeling like. The Remarkable pen is quite nice, and they use the same tips as the BIGME, as the EREADER, as the Amazon. This is way nicer. You get that really nice feedback. You get the noise from it, like you're scratching on a nice piece of white printer paper with a graphite pencil. You really get that feel of connected with the page. Whereas this, you don't get that. But you know what it is that you never need to replace these. They're guaranteeing that. You'll never need to replace them. This isn't ever going to wear down. Any amount of normal writing is never going to wear down titanium on a piece of plastic. You're not sanding this with a belt sander or even on anything with any real grit to it. This isn't 2000 grit sandpaper. This is a plastic top coat layer of screen protector over a piece of glass. They're never going to wear down. I can just tell you that. Because we barely see the felt ones wear down after months of use. Titanium ain't going anywhere. These are the titanium tips, everybody. This is crazy to think these are even here. I didn't know they existed till they sent us a sample. They say they're for the Remarkable 2 pen, but that doesn't mean anything. Trust us. The tips for the Remarkable 2 pen are the exact same tips from WACOM Corporation that fit in the EREADER, the iFlyTech, the Onyx, everything. Exact same tips. I guarantee it. Check them out. They're available on our store. They're freaking crazy. They're just titanium. If you want to get into the titanium game, this is a good entry level. For GoodEReader.com, this is Peter.